At the 14-turn road course. The final stop before the Indy 500. Today on Fox. Welcome to the fastest racing on Earth.
Friday's torrential rain delayed qualifying to race day, and it is a beautiful day in Indianapolis. All friends for now, but it's about to get serious. Cars are rolling to pit lane. It's time to go fast. It's time for qualifying at the Indy Road Course. But what a difference a day makes. 24 little hours for there's sun and there's flowers where there used to be rain. The rain has cleared up. It is a beautiful sunny day. Track is dry but will be slippery. All of that lovely fresh rubber laid down, swept away by the rains overnight. That means qualifying will be a challenge. No warm-up, no time to prepare. Straight in the car, straight out on track, and go fast and go for pole. Welcome to Indianapolis with me, Will Buxton, with Townsend Bell, with James Hinchcliffe. And boys, I love the sound of this. No preparation, straight in, let's go.
I mean, the challenge is going to take grit, it's going to take speed, it's going to take passion. Exactly like this guy, Alex Zanardi, our dear friend. His spirit will be with us forever, and I think for this entire grid, the inspiration that it takes to put it all on the line for one fast lap to qualify for this Indy GP. This is what it's all about. Tough circumstances, James. No practice since it rained yesterday. They've got to get it done right now.
They really do, and they're gonna hope they've got that Zanardi magic touch for that last couple hundredths of a second, because it's gonna be so close here in qualifying. It always is. And not only do they not have any laps in the new track conditions they're gonna be facing here in qualifying, this session has replaced warm-up. So we're gonna be going into the race this afternoon with these teams and drivers having way more questions than they normally do at the drop of a green flag. That makes it exciting for us.
What I love is that yesterday when we spoke to the drivers, some of them really happy about the prospect of rain because they'd had a couple of horrible practice sessions and the car just didn't suit them. Other drivers really happy in the dry and were miserable to see the rain. Now we switch back to a very unique scenario where even those who were happy in the dry may not be happy with this because it's a very different track to what they had in second practice.
Yeah, it's green. All that rubber's been pulled away. So they just have to figure it out on the fly. It's the kind of challenge we love watching. We love calling it. And we'll head down to pit lane with somebody that I think is probably happy to see it dry today, Georgia.
Mick Schumacher set to qualify, make the Indianapolis Motor Speedway road course. The first place you ever drove an NTT IndyCar. How does it feel to be back, and does it give you a little bit more confidence having some experience here?
Yeah, obviously, I think it just makes things a bit simpler. You know where to go, and right at the bat you can kind of work on the car, work on the things you need to. So yeah, we had a interesting day yesterday. We had a pretty tough FP1, and then the FP2 felt a lot better. So it's just about getting everything together now. I think we have done the right changes, hopefully. And after yesterday's, let's say, rained out day, at the end, I was pretty keen on going into it and driving in the wet. But hey, now we got blue sky, sunshine, and we'll go out there.
Yeah, you get the opportunity to do it today. The one thing about today that's different, there's no warm-up session before you get in the car and try to push it to its fullest capabilities. How different is that going to be?
It's all right. I mean, it's the way it is. It's the same for everybody, and it's the one who woke up on the right foot, I guess, who's gonna have the easiest time out there. So hopefully that was the case for me this morning, and we can go out there and have fun.
Mick Schumacher led his group in practice 2 yesterday. We'll see what he can do today. Thanks, Mick.
Mick Schumacher racing for the RLL team, who always go well on this circuit. Can he and his two teammates progress to the top 12 and ultimately the Firestone Fast 6? We're about to find out.
The month of May shifts into gear with the Sonsio Grand Prix, where Alex Palou looks to continue his dominance at the 14-turn road course. The final stop before the Indy 500. Today on Fox. Welcome to the fastest racing on Earth.
The official INDYCAR app, powered by NTT Data, puts the pulse-pounding action of INDYCAR right at your fingertips. Never miss a lap with the latest news, highlights, and live race coverage. Track every move with real-time leaderboards, interactive maps, onboard cameras, and driver radio. Your all-access pass to every race, every moment, every day. Download the official INDYCAR app.
We are back. Fans are out. It is race day, but first you have to qualify for the Sonsio GP. Cars on track. This is where it gets serious. No warm-up, no prep, changes made overnight. I love this.
And look, all these teams and drivers thought that they were coming out here to qualify yesterday in the rain. All the fans that we saw just sitting on the berm there, they were keeping themselves up on the berms during the weather. They're back in much more favorable conditions now.
And there were two different mentalities, I think, in the driver groups. You take somebody like Kyle Kirkwood, maybe Scott Dixon, Alex Palou. They were perfectly happy for it to be dry. But how about this guy, Pato O'Ward? He was doing the rain dance. He said, we are nowhere in dry conditions.
Yeah.
He was so relieved to get a chance to qualify in the rain. That just didn't happen given the standing water. Now Pato O'Ward's got to hope that whatever changes they might have thrown at this Aero McLaren are going to play out. He is struggling so far.
On board with Graham Rahal. Kevin, what can you tell us about him?
Well, the car is good, as it almost always is for the Rahal, Letterman, Lanigan Hondas at this racetrack. But the concern is the gearbox and the clutch and the associated parts. Rahal was one of several that stopped yesterday early because of clutch issues, which we often see here at Indianapolis. Talking with Brian Barnhart, who runs Rahal's program, said it worked fine this morning, back in the garage and yesterday, but fingers crossed, because we are a little bit concerned about what the cause of this is, and it seems to be going up and down pit lane right now.
Yeah, it's one of those difficult things when there's not a smoking gun when you come back to the garage to assess that problem. It can work fine in the garage. I've seen that a lot, but when you get out onto the racetrack, things are different. And if you don't know what caused it, you don't know that you fixed it. So for sure, nerves still kind of high here on the Rahal, Letterman, Lanigan Racing crew. And again, this is a team that always seems to just thrive here, and this is a really important qualifying session for them. This is a race that they have circled on the calendar to really try to bring home a strong result. If they have an issue here in qualifying, that could be devastating.
Yeah, absolutely huge. We talked a little bit about Pato O'Ward, an equally important weekend for him as he hopes to jumpstart his month of May. A really consistent year so far. Top 5 finishes on every street track, on the oval at Phoenix, but it's when he came to the road course at Barber that things really went awry. Yes, made it into the top 12, just qualified 12th, but finished the race 17th, and said that on the road courses, that car underneath him just doesn't feel the same. Needs a good result if he's going to keep up his championship challenge. Currently 4th in the standings as we arrive here in Indianapolis. David Malukas is 3rd in the title run. Carl Kirkwood is 2nd. Alex Palou leads the way. Now, if you are not seeing any times on your screen, we are also not seeing any times at all on any of our timing screens in the commentary box. So I'm afraid that if you would like us to be able to tell you who's where, we are as in the dark as you are. Oh, we have data, and it's Alexander Rossi who's fastest on a 1:10.7736. Scott McLaughlin 2nd, Scott Dixon 3rd, then O'Ward, Rasmussen and Ferrucci your top 6. So Newgarden, Rahal, VK, Kirkwood, Rob and Collette on the outside looking in, but Newgarden is on an absolute flyer.
And we are seeing on our timing and scoring the number of laps completed, so it has been scoring the whole time. It didn't just get turned on. So these times are legit. Rossi, not surprisingly, up front on those soft tires. To be right on board with O'Ward. What can he do? Did they find anything overnight at the McLaren squad to get the Mexican a little bit happier with this car?
And importantly, the clock is working. So right now, 4 minutes and 10 seconds remaining in this first round, Group 1. Pato O'Ward staying out.
And O'Ward very, very fast. And this will be music to his ears after a very difficult Friday in which he was miserable with the car, praying for rain, but on a dry track and on a new day, Pato O'Ward is setting a blistering pace.
Saw Grant Rahal getting out of the way. He's still on a warm-up lap on the soft tires. And there you see some data.
There we go. Carl Kirkwood is up as well.
You see behind him Rossi. He came out of the pits just behind O'Ward there on a fresh set of the soft. So already onto his 2nd set is the 20 of Alex Rossi. We're not sure exactly where everyone else was, what their strategies were in terms of tires, just because of the breakdown of data there momentarily. But we know that everybody will be on the softs from this point on, trying to get that quick lap. And we heard mixed results yesterday after that first practice. Was it lap 1? Was it lap 2? But we know it's going to be important to get the prep right. Ambient temperature right now, 62 degrees. Track temp at 77. So everything a little bit cooler than what we felt in practice 2 yesterday.
And it looks like Pato O'Ward's going to take another prep lap here just to get the front tires to come in. Probably watching tire temperatures, making sure he gets it into the ideal window.
Rossi still sitting pretty at the top. McLaughlin 2nd. And Dixon and O'Ward, Rasmussen and Ferrucci. Look at the time, though, of Kirkwood. Look at the time, though, of Rahal. Kirkwood well up.
So if you're in the bottom half of this timing pylon, you can see this red line here. That's the important thing to remember. We're only looking to get into the top 6 to transfer. If you're below that, the number showing on the right-hand side, that's going to be plus or minus to that transfer position, that 6th place on the pylon. Right now, Ferrucci on the bubble. What I want to watch right here is Rossi's lap time from that first set of tires, a 10.7. He's done softs. If the 10.7 is enough to transfer, it will have almost been a waste of a set of softs.
O'Ward, great lap. Is it enough? It's not. He stays fourth. Now on board with Kyle Kirkwood. This lap looks very, very tidy from the Andretti man. He'll come across the start finish line, and when he does so, that time, that position should rise close to the top. No, very, very slow.
Something happened in the last sector for Kyle Kirkwood. How about Scott Dixon? Haven't talked much about him yesterday. Dixon still stays third. James, that 10.7 from Rossi is indeed impressive as Dixon's got to fire off another one here.
You see him fighting the back of the race car. You heard Rinus VK in that interview say no driver wants to be loose on entry. That's exactly what Dixon was dealing with as Rasmussen now crosses the line. P2, ECR first and second.
Well, he's found something on that car overnight. Wonderful run from Christian Rasmussen. A minute left on the clock, and we're on board with Pato O'Ward, who is down to fifth and trying to find some time. He's making time. Collette to third, the rookie, impressed in the Indy Open test for the 500. On the road course, he's rapid as well.
O'Ward just chasing the tail of that car.
He crosses the top.
10.2.
That's a big lap. Rossi's going to clock it now. He does not improve. Here's Rahal up to the second position.
Brilliant stuff from Graham Rahal. So it's O'Ward, Rahal, Rossi, Rasmussen, Collette, and Kirkwood now gets the final sector right and jumps to the top. Again, another driver on a 10.2.
You really get the feeling that the track is starting to rubber in very quickly here as these times are dropping dramatically. Dixon to second.
And Rasmussen, from being top two, is now on the outside looking in.
Alexander Rossi sits on the bubble. Here's his teammate Christian Rasmussen having another go.
And look who's on the outside. McLaughlin will want in. Collette with that great lap will want in. The gap between Kirkwood and Rasmussen is just 0.6 of a second from being top and being out.
Look at how much curb he's taken. Kyle Collette using everything and then some in the grass.
Oh yeah, come on, rookie.
Nice. Up to 6.
The new glasses are working, guys.
Checkered flag is out. O'Ward is third. Time should be good. Can Rossi or Rasmussen find anything? We sit on board with Alexander Rossi. Now or never for the ECR man. Round the right, over the line. Rossi does not improve.
By 1/1000th of a second, Rossi is on the outside looking in as it stands. Still a few cars to come.
McLaughlin improves, but does not transfer. Dixon will be safe in second. And that is all she wrote.
Two massive surprises there as Stingray Robb is about to complete his final lap. He comes across the line, cannot improve, but two big surprises for me. Pato O'Ward, who said he just was...
What a turnaround.
Couldn't find any pace yesterday, said the balance was good, just no speed. And then Cal Collette, the rookie. James, Cal Collette earned that behind the wheel. That was all driver right there. Brilliant job maximizing the curbs. Very aggressive. That's the most aggressive I've seen him all season.
And
great
that
work.
will be Kyle Collette's best ever IndyCar start. Yippee-ki.
The month of May shifts in a gear with the Sonsio Grand Prix, where Alex Palou looks to continue his dominance at the 14-turn road course. The final stop before the Indy 500. Today on Fox. Welcome to the fastest racing on Earth.
The green flag flies. The INDYCAR Fantasy Challenge, driven by Firestone, is back.
It's overtaken, same as you.
This is your chance to prove you know the fastest racing on Earth better than anyone else.
So just take care of the tires. Stay in rhythm here.
Pick your driver.
All good. Let's get back in the game here.
Build your team.
You guys are in demand.
Compete against friends and family for bragging rights, plus some epic prizes.
It's going to be like 2 or 3 laps flat out here.
Get started for free at INDYCAR.com/fantasy or by downloading Grid Rival on the App Store and Google Play.
Head down, just keep going. We're going to have to pass those guys. Let's go, boys! Checker flag, man. Congratulations, everybody.
This is who advances. Kyle Kirkwood, Scott Dixon, Pato O'Ward with the turnaround overnight. Graham Rahal, as we've come to expect at this track. Joseph Newgarden and rookie Kyle Collette by 1/1000th of a second over Alexander Rossi. And guys, this is where the difference was made. And Hinch and Townsend, you guys called it. Collette taking the curbs, taking the grass, almost cost him a place.
Well, this is what I love about this section of racetrack is it's all give and take. You see Kyle much quicker into that first corner in 8, and then Rossi catches him back up almost dead even through 10, and it's all about who got the power down better. In this case, Kyle Collette just had a little bit of an advantage at the line. That's 1/1000th after that little bit of a better exit for Kyle, but just so impressive from the rookie.
What a month of May it is starting out to be for this young man. Super impressive in the Indy 500 Open test, and today will be his best ever IndyCar start, confirmed. The margins are nothing. It was Collette got through on a 1:10.7, 1:10.77. Rasmussen in 10th, a 1:10.88, 11/100ths of a second. Absolutely incredible.
It is when you think it's a 2.4-mile track. It's not like it's a short lap. We're not talking the old Toronto street course, which we used to lap in about a minute flat. You know, this is a lengthy track, this long straight. You've got different aero configurations, different engine manufacturers. That all comes into play as well at a track that's a little more power sensitive like Indy GP, but just so impressive, the level of driver and team right now in IndyCar Series.
Well, I think one of the great things about the Indy GP is it's been the backdrop of so many pop performances from rookies. We just saw that out of Kyle Collette, who showed me for the first time that he has the match to the methodical, calm hands that have delivered a very consistent performance this season, and then the ability to get fully very aggro and very primal behind the wheel right there, James, and just grab speed out of his race car and get right up on the tip of the needle. So the question I have is, can Dennis Hauger or a Mick Schumacher driving for Rahal Letterman Lanigan that has a car that looks to be every bit as good as the team historically has been here? And Christian Lundgaard, Kevin, this guy made his big start and demonstrated unbelievable performance as a rookie here a few years ago.
He made everyone take notice when he came over and debut and qualified fourth. Remember at Barber, the last road course where he started 10th and finished second? Well, this weekend they started off struggling as well, and Kyle Moyer, who joined the team last year, said it's the same issue that we had. Why don't we do the same thing we did to fix the car at Barber? They did. It came alive. Lundgaard was much better in practice too, and he was one of those that was happy that we're qualifying in the drive because he thinks they have a car that can contend.
Soft tyre runs starting to ramp the pace. Siegel top has improved to a 1:10.4. Mick Schumacher on the soft has gone 1:10.9. Felix Rosenqvist out on soft at the moment. Everybody now changing onto the soft, including this man, Will Power. He is currently third. 6 pole positions to his name at this circuit, going for a 7th today. 5 wins to his name.
There was a period of time here at the GP circuit where Power and Pagenaud just traded wins year after year, collecting them between the two of them. As you said, Will, the Penske organization very successful around this place. A lot of it thanks to this guy here. Now that he's in the Andretti Global machine, they haven't won here since 2022.
The story of the season for Will Power's transition from Team Penske to Andretti has been great struggles on the road and street circuits. Had a little bit of a lockup yesterday, got off into the grass. I'll be watching right here into turn 1 as he starts to push. What does it look like under braking? Can he avoid locking up one of those 4 Firestones? Still looks like he's warming the tires, not super aggressive on the brake pedal. Clearly 2 out laps, or 2 warm-up laps, I should say, before the flyer on these soft tires. I agree with you, though, James.
Back is just apex of 1.
Pallou's going to be waiting until the last second to get his lap in. It feels very danger zone-esque.
We are going to lose some big names in this session. We are going to lose some people that we might ordinarily expect to transfer. When you look at Schumacher and Foster, we know RLL traditionally would be in the top 12 here. When you look at Rosenqvist, on pole last time out. You've got Ericsson, you've got Palou. Those guys aren't even in the top 6 at the moment. Coyne looking okay. Malukas is up there. Power, Lundgaard, Siegel, McLaren looking fantastic as well. Somebody big will fall at this hurdle. 2.5 minutes left.
And let's not forget that Romain Grosjean sitting on the bubble right now. He's had a lot of success here as well. He's been on the pole here before. He's been on the podium twice. He knows how to get it done, and we've seen that Dale Quinn Racing is capable of getting cars into the Firestone Fast 6 already this year.
See those smooth hands from Alex Palou. That tells me that he's just warming his Firestone tires as he backs off right there to get a gap. He'll look at the car approaching from behind and make sure he doesn't impede. Now Palou will start to wind up the momentum. He probably has all 4 Firestones in the perfect temperature window, and now it is time to go.
And he's given himself 2 laps. That's it. He's going to cross this line. He'll get to the finish line with enough time to start one more flyer. But the pressure is on. If a yellow comes out now or a red comes out now, big trouble here for the number 10.
Siegel, Grosjean up to second now, a 1:10.4. Lovely lap from the Dale Coyne driver.
The question I'm wondering is, for a driver that's usually so dominant on the hard, why was his banker lap so slow? Where was the struggle there? Was it just a very old set?
Maybe
trying
old
to save
set.
more for the race?
I wouldn't worry too much about that. This lap looks very good so far. 1/3 of the way through it, and Alex Palou.
Look at Dennis Hauger up there. Grosjean
To
improves
the top.
again. That 110.2 puts him right in the conversation from the Group 1 run for a top 3 car. But Palou, purple in the first 2 sectors, doing what he always does. Chilling, waiting, and then striking with authority.
Fastest man on track is David Malukas. Will he be pipped by the 4-time champ? Foster up to second. Palou over the line. And Palou to the top of 109.912, the fastest lap we've seen so far this weekend. Oh, half a minute to go. Rosenquist, all arms and elbows, scrappy through the final part of the lap. Over the line, though, good enough for third.
There's still time in it of the 60 of Rosenquist. He was so loose through turn 10, hanging on to the back of that car. Power now, trying to feed the power out of turn 10. Not going to be enough.
He has one more lap. One more lap for power.
Ericsson looks
enough for
loose
Ericsson.
too. He looks really loose through the S's. Is it going to be enough?
It is, but only just.
Only just. Look how much faster this group is as the track's improving. Lundgaard now bumps Ericsson out.
This will count for Nolan Siegel. Was at the top for so much of this session. A really nice early run from the youngster.
On the hybrid, on the throttle, everything he's got, not enough to improve. He stays 8th for the moment, but still some quick laps happening behind. Malukas has backed off. He's feeling safe.
And he is safe in second. Is anyone out there improving? Louis Foster sitting pretty in 4th. And I think for all of them, that will be it. Armstrong is still pushing, but I'm not sure he's got enough. Stays on the 110.4. Kiffin Simpson. Does the Ganassi man have what it takes to join his teammate Alex Palou? Not in this session.
What does this guy have? Bottom of the tree at the moment. Can Will Power pull anything out?
No, total disaster for Will Power. Can Ericsson find something? He needs just a skosh. 0.05 of a second would bump him in and Lundgaard out.
Ericsson sounded cruisy as he was crossing the line. Lundgaard maintains the position. Half of a tenth of a second between Lundgaard and Ericsson.
Well, we said some big names would fall, and they don't come much bigger around this track than Will Power. 6 times on pole, 5 times a winner. He will start this race last.
The month of May shifts in a gear with the Sonsio Grand Prix, where Alex Palou looks to continue his dominance at the 14-turn road course. The final stop before the Indy 500. Today on Fox. Welcome to the fastest racing on earth.
It's race day, and uniquely, it's qualifying day at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway on the Indy Road course for the Sonsio GP. Welcome, folks, to FS1. This is your top 12 shootout to determine who will compete in the Firestone Fast 6 for pole position. If you weren't with us during our time on FS2, fear not, we'll bring you up to speed. The 6 fastest cars from this group will progress and fight it out for pole position. One driver who won't be fighting it out is a man with 6 pole positions at this track. That is Will Power. These are the 12 who do. Your championship leader, Alex Palou. Your second place man in the championship, Carl Kirkwood. Your third place man, David Malukas. And your 4th place and 5th place drivers, Pato Award and Christian Lundgaard. Some unexpected names have made it through. Caio Collet, the rookie. Romain Grosjean for Dale Coyne Racing. and the RLL drivers who always go so well on this track, Graham Rahal and his teammate Louis Foster. I'm Will Buxton, Towns Bell and James Hinchcliffe alongside me. Guys, the track was so wet yesterday, thus the delay until this morning, but dry now, sunny and in peak condition for fast laps.
And very similar track, I think, to yesterday. So the surprise is for this guy right here, Pato O'Ward, as we ride on board the Fox Driver's Eye, thanks to Aero. James, yesterday he told us, I'm a half a second off. I have no idea why. The car balance is good. I'm slow. Maybe I forgot how to drive. Well, rainstorm comes. Maybe he had an amazing dinner in downtown Indianapolis. I'm not sure what it is, but he has brought pace again to the Indy road course. No problem for Pato O'Ward to transfer into this round.
Yeah, and I wonder how much of it is that teamwork over there at the McLaren squad, because Lundgaard was so quick in practice too yesterday, P4, where O'Ward was, like we mentioned earlier, down in P23. So it's so easy to just kind of lean on your teammate in that scenario. Look, whatever's happening on my car is not working. Just give me his setup. Let me figure out what I need to do from behind the wheel. And so far, it seems to be working for Pato.
Palou fastest so far in the pits and changing onto a fresh set of the sticker reds. 10.5, the time to beat. Just under 5 minutes of the session remain. This is where it gets serious.
And what I've sort of noticed from these top three guys right here, Palou, Kirkwood, and Rahal, all did a run on those used softs, all of that 0.6 of a second off the time that they did on new softs in Q1. So that seems to be the delta between a first and a second run on the new and used softs.
Certainly suggests the black tire was going to be preferred in the race. If you see that much of a fall off from, say, lap 4 to 5 or 4 to 6 on tire usage. Felix Rosenqvist on board with Sirius XM here. Going to take his time like they all do. 2 full prep laps with 4 minutes to go.
A couple of weeks ago was on pole on the streets of Long Beach. Between then and now, he's become a father. Baby Stella, born just a few days ago. And huge congratulations to the Rosenqvists on the arrival of their beautiful, beautiful little girl.
Yeah, not sleeping much the last few days, I'm sure. Him and his wife Emile.
I think he's in the truck.
I was going to say, but it's working now. It doesn't seem to be slowing him down. And this is a guy who knows how to get it done here. He's got 2 pole positions as Rosenqvist, including his first ever career pole in the NTT IndyCar Series back in 2019. And what I still remember is one of the most impressive laps I've ever seen in an IndyCar. So we know that he knows how to get it done around here.
Riding on board with Pato O'Ward, currently 12th and slowest. The turnaround in form, though, from yesterday to today on a dry track is significant for the man aiming to fight for his first IndyCar title this year, aiming to take his first ever win at the Indianapolis 500 in 2 weekends' time. Man, he's come close. How he would love to take that win, to drink that milk, to taste ultimate glory at the greatest spectacle in racing.
It's so funny riding on board with these cars.
I'm not going to be ready to push next lap. Who's behind me? Newgarden is behind, plus 6 seconds.
I was just going to say, it's so funny watching these cars driving around kind of slow and off pace as they prepare these Firestones, get them into that right temperature and pressure window. And that's the radio transmission you just heard from O'Ward. He wants to make sure he's in a good gap. He's got Newgarden 6 seconds behind him. You don't want to really let him get any closer than 3. Of course, that's Kyle Collette in front of him, also on a prep lap. So now Pato's going to drop back a little bit, try to get that roughly 3-second gap.
Yeah, Pato O'Ward was saying that, hey, Kyle Collette's tires aren't going to be quite ready. He should just let me by. But I don't think Kyle Collette wants to fall into the clutches of Joseph Newgarden and potentially run the risk of a blocking penalty. So O'Ward had to very carefully look at his mirrors, work with his spotters, figure out exactly the right gap, front and back, before he starts his hard push right now.
Then you started coming out of turn 10. You saw where that all-start finish line was, on the throttle, full hybrid deployment to get the lap going. Here's Palou, who was quickest on those first runs on the used soft tires.
And critically, he's at the head of a group who are now on their push laps. It's him, then Rosenqvist, then Grosjean, then Rahal. They're all bunched out beautifully, but it will be Palou who completes his flyer the first. The 4-time champion, a man who has taken back-to-back poles and back-to-back wins here at this circuit over the last 2 seasons.
To just remind you, his time in round 1 was a 109.9, tracking very quickly at the moment as he comes out of turn.
This looks good. This looks really good. Alex Palou. It's a 109.7. That's the fastest we've seen this weekend. Can anyone get even remotely close? Rosenqvist, 0.6 off. Grosjean, even further back. That was some lap from Alex Palou.
I mean, he should probably back off and try to save those tires. He can. He's got it. That's a good enough lap to transfer almost for sure. Award now across the line.
And up to second, and now it's not about P1, it's about P6, and ultimately those top 6 places and the right to fight for pole position. Foster up to third for RLL. What a time from him.
And Award did dive into the pits. He knew one and done was enough to get it. That was an impressive lap. Kirkwood now, where does he track? He does not improve, but he still can finish this next lap.
Dixon jumps in. Lundgaard is fast, so too is Malukas. Kirkwood, now on a flyer, is pushing and is trending to the good. Malukas up, but only as good as 5th. There is going to be a keen fight over those final places in the top 6.
Graham Rahal on the bubble as Rosenqvist has a couple corners to go before the line.
Can Rosenqvist make it through into the Firestone Fast 6 2 weekends in a row? Improves to third. It's a great run from Felix Rosenqvist. Now on board with Rahal in 6th. Can he improve to cement his place? Does not improve, stays where he is. Only Lundgaard now can ultimately depose Graham Rahal and knock him out of that top 6. With Lundgaard and Newgarden, we sit on board with Lundgaard now, and it's 2/10 up. It's a wonderful run from Christian Lundgaard. This should be good enough. 1/4 of a second, and up to third.
Hey, good job. That's P3 brand.
Still maybe with a chance.
No!
Second lap. You screwed me.
Second in the championship. I think he felt he was held up, but Kirkwood, our second place driver in the championship, is out and will not progress to fight for pole. The drivers who do, though, champion Alex Palou, Pato O'Ward, and we talk about the turnaround overnight. That is some job from him and McLaren. His teammate Christian Lundgaard 3rd, Felix Rosenqvist 4th, Penske's David Malukas, and chapeau, Louis Foster, P5. A brilliant run from the sophomore Englishman.
The month of May shifts into gear with the Sonsio Grand Prix, where Alex Palou looks to continue his dominance at the 14-turn road course. The final stop before the Indy 500. Today on Fox. Welcome to the fastest racing on Earth.
Firestone Fast 6.
It's go time. Firestone Fast 6. Alex Palou, Pato O'Ward, Christian Lundgaard, Felix Rosenqvist, Louis Foster, and David Malukas will fight it out for pole position. Palou seeking his 3rd straight pole on this circuit. O'Ward, who has won pole here in the past. Lundgaard, who has been so impressive at this circuit. Rosenqvist, who won his first INDYCAR pole here. Foster, who had a 3rd place start here. It really is a stacked group. What about David Malukas, though? Whatever happens, this will be his best ever start on the Indy road course, Kevin. Or Jack.
Oh, thanks, Will. I didn't want to step in there in case you were trying to talk to Kevin. I often prefer to talk to Kevin as well. But just highlighting David Malukas, Will, 5 straight races. He is going to be the highest starting Team Penske driver. And one of the things that we've spoken about is how well he has handled this transition. He gets a dream opportunity to race with Team Penske, and he just seems to have taken it in his stride. And it's so impressive, and it's clearly showing on track with the performances that he's creating.
That is some statistic.
And you got to love the touch here on David Malukas' helmet. Special edition for the month of May, recognizing so many of the great Team Penske wins, drivers, performances. They even threw Paul Tracy on there. I mean, that's full respect, as that beautiful and historic Verizon number 12 paint scheme just matching David Malukas' beautiful style so far this season. Jack, you said it best. He just really is setting himself up for success long-term with this organization. And I think he's just going to move from strength to strength. The second half of this year, post-Indy 500, is what has me most excited for Malukas. I think he's really going to let his hair down and show us what potential he's shown all along these last few years.
I'm excited for the version of this kid that we get once he's got his first win.
Yeah.
Once that monkey is off his back and that weight can be lifted, what version of David Malukas are we going to see?
But James, I feel like David isn't driving with weight on his shoulders. I don't feel like he's putting too much pressure on himself or unreasonable expectations. I don't know if you agree, but this seems like a guy that is mentally right in the window. He knows a win's going to come just by showing up at the front consistently. I don't think he's expecting too much of himself right now.
Well, it's interesting, right? Because when you come in with too much expectation, that's usually when things can get, derailed pretty quickly. And there's always going to be expectation when you go to Team Penske, but he didn't show up as a race winner. He didn't show up with the same sort of swagger as maybe when Joseph Newgarden first signed or when Simon Pagenaud signed with the group. And so for me, I feel like they gave him that responsibility, that permission to kind of almost have a quote-unquote rookie season in the team without that expectation, without that added pressure, and he's really delivering.
Use reds.
Use reds for Malukas. Now Christian Lundgaard enters this weekend 5th in the championship. What do we know, Kevin?
He just left the pit box, and he is on the new soft red sidewall tires. So I think the strategy here is, instead of put a banker on the used, you might want to save some life on those used tires in case you want to use an extra set in the race this afternoon. Lundgaard continues his mastery of this track. When he was with Rahal, Letterman, Lanigan, qualified in the top 8 every time, including a pole in 2023. Not so strong last year, but back to on form and a definite contender today.
I was very surprised to see David Malukas put used reds on there, James.
Yes. Well, let's see.
Did they double red in round 1? I don't remember that they did.
I don't believe in round 1 they did, no. It was hard to keep track of who runs what at what times. Our data doesn't tell us always if they're new or used, and if we don't catch it on a camera.
Kevin?
Kevin might know.
I do. No one that is advanced used an extra set, so everyone still has a sticker set here for the Fast 6.
I think it's just leaving your options open for tomorrow, right? You do get one new set of softs for the race. You cannot use it before that. So that's one sticker set. That's going to be the mandatory set that you need to run in the race. But if you want a second brand new set, in case you think this is going to be a soft race, maybe a couple positions in qualifying, you're willing to give that up? I'm not sure.
2 minutes on the clock. We're about to see these times start to tumble, because Louis Foster's session topping time at the moment is a 1 minute 12.5. We're expecting pole to be a 1:09 something, maybe 1:09.6, maybe 1:09.5. Time will tell, but certainly around 3 seconds faster than the fastest time at the moment. Rosenqvist, he's on a push. Pato Award is on a push. We're going to start to see these times drop. Now we sit on board with Felix Rosenqvist. Pole last time out at Long Beach.
3 Hondas versus 3 Chevys, but for this Honda of Felix Rosenqvist, a small advantage over the others trying to knock Alex Palou off their perch. A technical partnership between Felix Rosenqvist's team, Meyer Shank Racing, and Chip Ganassi Racing. Why does that matter? Because Felix Rosenqvist, in the break between round 2 and the Firestone Fast 6 here, he's able to look at Palou's data, compare himself, and maybe find some valuable nuggets that can move him maybe from second into a chance to contest. He did it at Long Beach earlier this year.
It's a 1:10.5 for Rosenqvist. I sense he will need something better than that. Behind him is O'Ward, who jumps into third. What about Palou? Over the line and straight to the top, a 1:10.0. That's his marker. That's what everyone has to beat. They'll get one more shot. 40 seconds on the clock. Palou is improving.
Lundgaard well off right now. 4/10, 5/10 off as he comes to the line. He'll get one more lap. 26 seconds left. There's the timing line.
You can get it done on lap 2 if you didn't abuse the tires too much. On lap 1, Malukas, you see about a half second down right now.
I'm a little surprised he's even trying on these used reds. Half a second off right here. if everybody else is on stickers, I don't know how he'll have a chance. He does.
Malukas will get one more lap. He's third as it stands. That's a lovely lap on used rubber. Felix Rosenqvist will be the first across the line to try to respond to Alex Palou. He's 3/10 down. I don't think he has it right now. It's between Palou and Lundgaard, the only two who were green. But look at this lap from Alex Palou.
It is Alex versus himself to just lay down another monster.
And he's got Foster in front of him. That's definitely costing him a little bit of downforce, but it's not really costing him that much lap time. Unbelievable.
Quarter of a second to the good. Palou with a 109.748. Nobody is anywhere near him. What a run from Alex Palou.
For all the talk of how close it is in qualifying here at the Indy GP, Alex Palou has just put an absolute dominating performance. I'm running out of words to use for how impressive these runs are as Lundgaard gets himself up to fourth, but this guy here, wow.
You were absolutely right, Townsend. There was only one guy that Alex Palou was competing with in that session, and that was himself.
He laid the wax on here a couple years ago on the field, and the wax is still on. Mr. Miyagi would be proud.
It is 3 straight poles at the Indy Road Circuit, the first driver to win 3 straight poles at one track since Will Power at Iowa 22.
Half a second, James. Half a second on pole. Are you kidding me?
He's not. He is not. He is very serious, and he has taken this whole IndyCar level to a completely, this whole IndyCar game to a new level of serious. I've never seen anything like it.
And he's so good now with his race team. He has less practice than everybody. We see him sitting on the pit wall for the first 20 or 30 minutes, watching, waiting. But the fire burning strongly in this guy's belly. He does it again.
Absolutely incredible. He will be calm and confident, serene as he always is. What about Pato O'Ward? 23rd in practice yesterday. Devastated at the lack of pace in his car. Said the balance felt good. The car's just nowhere. It's somewhere today. Front row of the grid for Pato O'Ward. A brilliant run for Felix Rosenqvist. Second row for him, alongside Christian Lundgaard, McLaren with 2 cars in the top 4, and then Malukas and Foster. That's your 6. That's your front 3 rows.
The month of May shifts into gear with the Sonsio Grand Prix, where Alex Palou looks to continue his dominance at the 14-turn road course. The final stop before the Indy 500. Today on Fox. Welcome to the fastest racing on Earth.
This is how the grid is formed then for this afternoon. Sonsio GP, Alex Palou with Pato O'Ward on the front row. From Rosenqvist and Lundgaard, Malukas and Foster kicking things in from the front. Ray Hall and Dixon line up behind them. Then Kyle Kirkwood second in the championship alongside Joseph Newgarden. Romain Grosjean and Caio Collet, the rookie, take row 6. Alexander Rossi disappointed to be down on row 7 alongside Marcus Ericsson, Santino Ferrucci and Nolan Siegel, who had come so close to progressing into the top 12. McLaughlin down on row 9. Rasmussen and Armstrong on row 10. VK has won here and has it all to do from row 11. Stingray Robb, Dennis Hauger, the rookie, and last, Will Power. And thanks to James Hinchcliffe and Townsend Bell. Our thanks to all of you for watching. Don't miss the race. Coming up later today on Fox, the Sonsio GP from the Indy Road Course. We'll see you later.